Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Fresman, and today we're doing some more SpellRogue because
I sense danger.
have managed to prove that I'm good at the game. We have proved that I am good at the game. I'm going to do the Earth Song setup because I do like it, and we have now Brutal 7 increase reroll costs. Ooh, interesting. Anyway, let's do this. Descent 7 now. We are going to take this because I would like to get the marks on things as well, because I think that'd be kind of interesting. Every second turn, gain a potion. No. 7th die becomes a Vex die. No, not really what I want. Silencing a random spell is probably both good and bad. Each turn receive a sap seems terrible. I wouldn't mind that though. I guess giving them power scaling is fine. Like, I try and put off power scaling because it might cause issues, but we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. The reroll could give me something terrible, and I've got like one good 2-1 and then the terrible one, so yeah. Absolutely fine. So, let's figure out what we're going to do. Let's figure out what we're going to do. I mean, the main thing I want to do is just set everything up, but I guess that didn't go the way we wanted to begin with, so... But yeah, I like this start because the fact that you can gain this pretty easily, right? And then you get like the overflow triggers, that cool stuff as well. It's kind of like a bit more unique. And then we can use that and do it again. Kill that one off first and do that. But yeah. So in a pretty entertaining start here, and we're going to see what we can do. Nice thing is I think the coup de grace is going to be really good for just applying that marked and maybe getting the chance to one-shot someone in like a really good way. Gleaming exterior is kind of nice. We do get ways to get 6s consistently. We have a lot of countdown effects. Boulder Toss isn't bad necessarily, but I just always feel like it's too expensive. Well, it is really good damage early. Nah, Gleaming Exterior, I can't turn that down. Now, do we have a way to get 2 elites? We do not, so... I guess we just go like an... I guess we go this route, because I would like to get this relic as well, so... Yeah. 10 damage. We get the 30%! Delightful. Delightful. Now, the interesting thing is I could do this, right? And basically just give me extra... Basically give the +2, but then I don't have anything for like 4s and 5s and stuff. I'm probably using those anyway, right? Or we just get that extra charges. I think just spreading this out, just so I can use it a little bit more, is better. Because I should be able to get lots of 6s and stuff anyway, and then do the extra charge on this one for now, just so we can actually get more use out of that. Battle, then this route. But yeah, it proved I'm good at the game. That is the main thing, because I will say it's one of those things where you do tend to think to yourself, like, am I actually good at the game? Can I play the game well? Or am I just like getting like really unlucky with everything? Like, is it is it me or is it the game that's the issue? So you tend to start worrying about that a little bit more than you probably should do. Well, we could do the offense. We are fully defended, so yeah, I think that's absolutely fine. It is disappointing that that kind of triggered in the way I didn't want it to, but not the worst overall, so... There we go, finally. Just like something I can actually use. Although I'm going to take a lot of damage for this if I go that way, so... Let's just set up that and then deal some damage. Nice. Yeah, we are gonna try and get all our way up to the high level descent. So that is my main plan at the moment. You know, actually gonna like maybe focus on it a little bit more. Ooh, consecrate. I do like that. Cultivate might is interesting as well. It does give me a way to get armor and power scaling, which is kind of what we would like to have with this build. So there is an interesting point with this. Because basically 4s and 6s just give me power. But I like Consecrate. I think it's really good with just gaining Blessing and stuff, so there is reason behind it. Delay block, minus from countdown effects. No countdown currently, except the one we don't want. And first block spell applies 5 Fury. I'll take that. I think that's really good for the current build setup we got, right? Because that's 10 extra damage just in the one spell I currently have, so... But just gaining the 5 Fury, it's like pretty much ideal. 4. Nice. So we can do this, roll a 1 or a 4, do it again. Gain some block and power scaling. Do it again. That goes there for the exterior, then do that 9 times. We fully blocked, so I'll just take this guy out. Only problem is there's a lot of damage if I don't if I gain the armor first, right? So I gotta watch out for that. I'm gonna overflow all these 5s as much as possible. We do have 2 2s, let's roll them. 2 6s, that's kind of good. So we're gonna go. The 3s go here. Do we do that again? Yeah. And a 4 goes there. I'm going to attack 3 times. So the first one goes here because I got all the Fury gain. This one kills that guy off. And then that one does that. Nice. And this guy hasn't quite hit the threshold that we want to avoid as such currently. I do like the fact I'm getting a good amount of 2s as well to like set the blessing up. So that's really kind of helping the, like what I'm trying to do. Yeah, this is actually going a lot better than I thought it would. This is going better than I thought it would. Who would have thought? That's another shard for me to use. Ooh, spring into action. I do like. It's really good defense. Fixation with the minus countdown effect on Blessing could be pretty good, actually. Doesn't really give me the payoff with the power scaling, but it does start with the whole Blessing stuff, and I do get a good amount of it, which means I probably could maybe cast it twice per, like once per turn automatically without having to do anything else while setting defense up. I do like spring to action, but like just the extra power and stuff is kind of meh. Fleeting Might is interesting just because it does give you that boost instantly for the sort of like 1 turn explosion, which I will pick up, I think. I will think I'll pick that up. And then just get this ready. Let's go in there. Because of the fact they have like the multi-hit stuff and they have the Fury, like the temporary the temporary attack that I get from this is still pretty good. Cool. That is annoying, actually. All landed in like one of the worst possible ways for me on that. I'm a little bit disappointed there, but oh well. I'll do this. Gives us armor. That also gives us armor as well. This technically gives 1 and 1 armor, so it's technically better than going in there. That is a kill on that guy. Yeah. Good thing we had all the blessing stuff anyway. Turn that into a 2, just so I can re-roll it now. Like, getting the immediate reroll is more useful. And then... that's a 4. That's 2. We kill off the strongest one first. And then this guy. And this guy. Fleeting Might, you're doing so well. Yeah, Fleeting Might is doing really good things. Ooh, a Thornlash. I do like the idea of Thornlash. Rampart is pretty good for just, like, if I do roll 6s, it just kind of does stuff. And we've done that sort of run before. Blossom is interesting, we've done that. I want to go Thornlash here. I think it's just another way I can deal some nice damage. And also kind of like set up some defensive stuff. And maybe we can get like a defensive build going, maybe. And it's probably the most expensive one to get rid of as well. Wild Strikes is interesting as well. If I had power gain, I'd be taking this. I guess we can go with that. I might as well take the Bramble Growth, because at least someone can kind of like mix and match both of these, right? And I may like maybe get the use out of them. Because like that's the main point, isn't it? I want to try and get as much use out of it as I can to start with. And that's a 5 to go in there. Cool. All set. 14 damage. Guess I'll put the 3 and a 3 in there. Put a 4. Just put another 4. Not fully defended, so no, we need to do that. And then, I guess 2 more, just to make sure we're secure. 20 damage is still quite a lot, so... Unravel. Took it away from probably one of the worst ones I didn't have to worry about. So 1. Yeah, I had a feeling that would happen. Cool. Roll that immediately. So, that 4 gives me the full amount. That's a good amount of defense, so is that. Probably get 3 power as well. And then fully defended, so... Annoying I don't get the use out of the, I think that's the only thing with the marked, is the fact that it goes, disappears at the end of the turn. It's kind of very annoying when it happens, because you're like, well... I didn't really do anything wrong, as such, but somehow I'm getting punished for, like, hitting them when I probably could try and hit them again. I know I'm moaning about small things, but, yeah. That's one of those to go in there. And that gives them more power gain. Do the 14 damage twice. Get the blessings. We've got 5 blessing. The Vex probably won't do very much then. Yeah. Just generate as many die as I can for the moment. See what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in there. Put 2 back. That's kind of cool. Another 4. And there we go. No need to worry. No need to panic. We're okay. My brain does work, I swear. Okay, so what have we got for spell-wise? I would like something really good. Target spell... Oh, just basically deplete it completely. and does 5 damage to the front enemy, hits once per thing removed, and then it will trigger deplete effects. It's kind of cool. Desolation, and if 6 return dice. Kind of interesting. I'm not a fan of that, just because like the remove thing is always really annoying. I might reroll these, or Emanate is kind of interesting. Like, it's kind of the only one I probably might end up taking, because it would, like, trigger this effect, give me 4 armor as well if I do that and do 10 damage, but that's quite a lot for just 10 damage, so we'll reroll. Ooh, indeed. Well, Glint Glaive is pretty much the only thing that I probably want from this, just for the fact the way we're setting ourselves up with, Blessing anyway. And that's power scaling in like the only way I'm gonna need it, so I'll take it. Odd turns, 2 die get +2. Splitting a die is still pretty useful, I think. The Vex is kind of annoying to deal with the way that our setup will be. Glint Glaive can go. I guess we'll take that out to put in Thorn Lash. And Fleeting Might can go for the same reason. Now it's not needed because it doesn't give any power scaling. And in goes Bramble Growth, just so we can have some other ways to kind of do that. I do think I need some defense still. So maybe we'll take that and keep the foundation for now. I think the +2 to 2 die is a lot more useful. Rather than having more die, right? Because the overflow should trigger quite a lot. Spells have -1 in X effects. That seems absolutely fine to me, to be honest. First turn, when an enemy is killed, take 10 damage. Probably that's never happening. I guess just receiving a curse seems fine. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like, the curse doesn't really do much, plus the fact that I'll have ways to counteract it as well. We have 2 elite fights this way if we want to take it. And we will do. We will do indeed. Does mean we miss out on a shop, but hope we can get one later. Gold to take 15 damage. Now we'll pay that to get an artifact. 10. Gain block, gain fury. That seems pretty good. Every end of turn, every 2 block per unspent dice. Huh. That's kind of interesting. This would seem kind of cool because it would kind of like combo with this, but I'm kind of like, I'm not really going for that sort of build anymore. Every 10 spells cast 2 charges to random spell would seem kind of interesting because it would just help going through stuff. We'll re-roll here. Every 10 dice roll, deal 7 damage to random enemy. That seems pretty good. Every 3 count missiles +1 charge, which does have some uses, but we only got 1 countdown spell, so it's not really worth it. So I guess we're taking the Dark Heart here. We're gonna apply Mark to something after 3 4s, and then we're gonna one-shot them with Glint Glaive is the plan then, I guess. We just need to keep getting lots and lots of Blessing. So yeah, like 4s and stuff for defense immediately, so we don't have to worry about that front, I guess. And then just go from there. So yeah, 4 is worthwhile, do that, get another 4 out of it, another one there. So we'll just do this gives me defense, and we get all my Bramble stuff as well. We can then roll that for the cool thing. Yeah, the 4. We get another 2, so we can roll that. Use the Blessing immediately. That and that sets up more Blessing. This goes in there for more defense, and then I guess Glint Glaive is ready and raring to go. I mean, I could keep the power as well by using this, but that's going to think later. Why do they take 9 damage? Is it because they had power gain? Or do they have marks on them? Is that what they had marks? Got like 3 4s. Yeah, that's the only way it can happen, isn't it? I did not know that worked like that. That is an interesting part of the mechanic. Oh, really? 5, nice. And a 5. What will I ever do? Well, guess one of you is gone. You got 2 thingies, so you're just gone then. And the overflow works out really well, so that's one thing that's going to be a nice benefit on top of this, right? And let's put that in there just so the overflow guarantees to land on that. And trigger this and then get that triggered. Do that again. Put the 5 in there. The 6 is actually pretty good. That and that go in there. I need to put at least 1 in there and then put the 6 in here. Now, if they attack me, they die, so all I need to do is just defend. These are the fun solutions to problems that you end up getting, and it's just always kind of hilarious when they end up happening, right? Let's see, fine. So we can't put the 4 in there. I'm very disappointed by that. Guess we'll just have to go... No, those 2 go in there. The 6 goes here, I guess. That's defense and defense, so we're fully defended. And I guess we'll just one-shot this guy then. Yeah. Glint Glaive with a bit of Bramble to make sure we continually chip them down. And I think we're pretty much in a good spot. So power would be actually interesting with the upgrade on the cast. Do like that. To keep myself scaling in defense, that is also really good if we can get that. Would need some more countdown stuff to kind of go, but it does mean that like stuff like this and this just keep getting better with defense. I have to spend blessing on that. The auto cast on this for the power game would be cool, but we don't actually need it. Like, we've already got power scaling anyway, so that's kind of irrelevant. This is really good defense, just in general. But I might take this, the Solidify. Like, I could have real good uses for this, and I think we just take out the Bramble Growth for now, maybe? No, it's actually doing really good work. I guess that doesn't work until I've got the extra, scaling on it yet. Thornash might be useful. Who knows? We'll have a think, we'll have a think. Choose against spell. Let's choose against spell, see what we can get off this. Earth's Bane, interesting. Blind Grip, Kill Shot. I guess we're re-rolling here. Oaken Self. That's pretty good. Fixation again, but I only require that to get the blessing on it. But it is like really good, like 2 1s, and I can just roll extra die. Plus, it also gives me like, it could give me like really good value in defense. But I'm like required to put at least 4 die in this to get the 4 blessing. So that's kind of meh. Earthquake though, that's kind of useful. Plus the blessing gain at the end of it as well is actually pretty good. Like another offensive spell option I could have instead of just the Glint Glaive. Earthquake can have some bonuses. Plus then it really works with everything else we're doing. And I might actually swap that out then. Because there's no way to gain blessing alongside this, have this scale, and I have an offensive option as well. Then we have utility, and then kind of the Solidify comes in with the upgrade. Yeah, I think that's pretty good actually. I think that getting +4 isn't huge, but... So the thing, do you want more scaling most of the time, or just do you want to know it to scale? The main thing with this is the fact that it does damage to all enemies and stuff, so I kind of like, I do want to keep triggering it on repeat if I can. And we still want to keep gaining blessing as much as possible, so... That's an awkward split on there, but okay. Put the 5 in there. Still keep the 4, so we got 2 evens at least to go in there. You have 5 for the defense on this thing. That and that do give power, but we don't need it to give power currently. We're just going to do this. And we've got 5 blessing. Not bad. I will say the fact that I keep getting 6s off that is just kind of really annoying. It's just kind of annoying. I mean, I still can cast this anyway, right? And still get defense off that also, so we'll still do it, but like, that was just an awful kind of run. Should I? No, I think we take the hit here still. Oh yeah, I forgot. Use that. Gets rid of the whole thing, so I don't have to worry about it. I gotta remember you can do that. Trivialize this boss fight in particular. I think there's another one that also does as well, which is kind of useful to kind of get out the way as such. Lots of 3s. 2 4s. Let's put a 4 in it, halves down to 2. We can at least roll that. Can't do it anymore. I think we're good. I think we're good. And then, yeah, set that up for a really good turn. Yeah, the Earthquake's pretty actually useful. I kind of like the way I'm using it as well. It actually has like some extra benefits to it, so... Yes, we are not getting the way things I want, to be honest, with this. 2 evens would be pretty good. I do need some armor, though, so we'll do that. No, I guess we'll just Glint Glaive you. Could have waited for another 4. It would be nice if I could have got the Dark Heart up before he attacked, but we'll get it eventually. There is nothing to worry about. Yeah, now we just need like something I could use the Blessing with, right? Yes, that's the only downside I currently have, is something I can use the Blessing for. Yeah, this is kind of a good run. This is kind of a good run. Gives some pretty good defense, to be honest, before we can do anything else. Hope we can get the Glint Glaive off next turn. And we've got enough Blessing, so we should be able to. Voila! Glint Glaive to the rescue. Okay. Spend on that seems interesting. Seismic is another way to deal some damage as well, actually. I do like the look of that, because it means I just get to cast it for free. Even without the upgrade, it's still going to be cast quite a lot of the time, every time we do gain it. This, though, gaining an extra charge when you spend... You just need a way to generate die is the only issue on that front, right? So Anointed Impact could have its uses, but doesn't scale with power. As far as like the build goes, which I guess Seismic is kind of slightly better, and it sells some more. Disenchant, Fleeting Might, you're gone. That was probably not the best one to go for. Guess I'll pick up Seismic for now. I would like to like kind of help this sort of stuff out, because this actually keeps gaining more and more to spend. The scaling on this is pretty cool. The extra +1 to a random die could be pretty useful as well, the Earthquake, but I think I need this to come down, and then I guess we just put the Solidify in for now, and hope that works out well. Like, it is some power scaling in the build, which would mean Seismic could be a lot more useful than Earthquake, but Earthquake with this is pretty good, and then we can spend other stuff as well, right? So, like, it's not completely useless. It's a 4, that's pretty good, that goes back in there. Another 2, that can go there. Okay. We can defend, so guess a 6 and a 5. That can go there. Do that damage to everything. Do it again. Does it kill? It does not kill, but I am defended, so it's fine. Hey, that was a pretty good turn. I like that. Oh, that stays, so it's like receive damage for one turn, not just the thing. Oh, that's pretty cool. I did not know that they were like that. Now we know. Now we know. Cool. So I don't need to defend, so we can pretty much just kill them here, right? Because they all have marks on them anyway, and then like 6 and that do whatever. So if we just set this up for the power gain plus a bit of defense, put that in again for the exact same reasoning, and then yeah, earthquake, baby. Yeah, Earthquake is doing the thing I wanted to. That's absolutely hilarious. Spirit Arrows is interesting. Plus 1 charge. Ooh. It's a pretty good upgrade on it as well. I probably would prefer the Autumn Veil here, to be honest. Like, other than Spirit Arrows, like, I have Power Gain, that's great, and everything else, and there are ways we could kind of, like, make the use out of that, but it's not the build for it, so Autumn Veil it is. Just because Autumn Veil might be able to kind of sneak in. Like, Seismic's interesting as well. I guess Bramble Growth can kind of come out the build now. So, like, the Autumn Veil comes in here because I do get the die back, plus it's really cheap to cast, so Foundation is not needed. Twin Leaf's not needed. Thornlash still might make its way back in if we go, like, full defensive instead of offensive, but I think this is not bad. The Solidify is more important than the Consecrate, but it has its uses. Yeah. And then we'll just get our last... against the Crones, of all people. I kind of want to save that for, like, the actual Blessing setup at some point. But I may need to use it, like, immediately. It's into a 6. I hate you, game. Sometimes the game really doesn't want you to kind of like complete the challenge that you're trying to do, right? But it's fine. We've got a good setup for like the next couple of turns anyway. We've got an even for that to go across everything. So that's not an issue there. And then we can like gain a little bit of armor extra and deal the damage again. We take a hit. We take 1 damage. Yeah, I guess we use this to make sure we have all the blessing the extra die as well. Ah, 11 blessing. How do you know where to spend it? And because this is like cheap as well, like it works with the increase I get from there also, which is kind of like the whole plan in mind I have with all this. Use the 4 because that will half into a 2 at least, so we can trigger that again. That's now 5. 5s can go into here for the Gleaming Exterior, although we do want to put 1 in there. We don't have a 4. We have a 6 and a 3. Gives some power gain. This 6 can go there, deal damage to everything. That 2 could do the same thing. Another 5 goes in there. That and guess this can all go in here to give me defense, and I get a nice sapling die to kind of hold on to. It's a pretty good setup I've got here. I'm not going to complain. And now once the sapling die are gone, that kind of helps out any issues with the weirdness that I'm going to have with the rest of the stuff, right? I've got to put a 3 in here, unfortunately, just so I can maybe get a 2 to reroll that as well. The Conclave's still going up in power. That's pretty good. 8 damage to wall would seem interesting. But that and that in there first. 13 damage to wall. And 10 damage to wall. Took one of the guys out. That's awesome. Defense up. Do it again. Do it again. Main reason is just to get the extra die back anyway, because it doesn't really do much else. And I guess we can pass the turn. Yeah. I'm fully defended, don't need to worry about. This is a pretty good, clean Crohn's fight, to be honest. I mean, I probably could use Glint Glaive, but why use Glint Glaive when I can use Earthquake? Okay, so power could be useful now. Right, because the auto cast plus gaining the power could be really interesting. There is a reason to pick this up over these two anyway, just for that particular thing, so we'll pick that up. I think getting this so we can scale some defense is probably the best option for now. So power still doesn't really work with the build, so that's absolutely fine. Yeah, I guess we'll carry on. To the shop though, see what we can buy and sell. Okay. 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 Instinct is kind of interesting, but not really. Amalgamate, I'm kind of interested in, to be honest, because it does kind of the two things I want it to. The only issue is this is just one random enemy. Because it gives me a way to defend plus do other stuff as well. Fortitude, I always do like good Fortitude, but again, I think this is just not the build for it, to be honest, because I will gain defense better elsewhere. Yeah, some of these really stick to me. Let's just do this first, see what we get. And every 10 spells cast, gain a blessing. Or just every third turn roll die. Extra blessing. Why not at this point? And then we'll just get rid of some spells. I think Seismic is... Is Seismic still worth it in this build? Not really. Like, it's too awkward to cast. We'll get rid of the other stuff first, though. Twin Leaf can go as well. And so can that. Keep both of those two for this particular moment. Unless we have to. Turn 2, gain a Fortify. That's actually working out really well. Lowest dice becomes an Ether dice, which helps with countdown and persists. That's actually pretty useful, Bosco spell. Yeah, I might actually pick that up. Like, this is cool as well, but I kind of can do that eventually anyway. But keeping one Ether die around every turn would actually be pretty useful. Right? What is that? Favor. Random die is increase equal to mana flux at the start of each turn. Fortune's Hero. Should I pick this up? Can't really pick it up now, but still. that kind of seems like really broken for some reason. Ooh, the Scarab. I've only faced you a few times, Scarab. One of the ones you were a very interesting boss fight. The other one you were not useful at all. You didn't last very long. So on attack against power. Okay, cool. We do not have to worry about that. We're not really going to attack any point soon. But 2, nice. Start the ball rolling. And the 1, we just need to defend up. First of all, we'll get the... I would like the Solidify, but that's kind of not what we need. I can't trigger that. I can't trigger that either. I guess I'll give it this Ether dice. Sad to say. Just so I can get this to trigger. And then we're gaining 4 from this as well. We don't really need to, so that's fine. Glint Glaive it is then. And that is utility gains anti-magic, which we don't really want to worry about, so not using this, and we need to defend, so, or attack. Huh. Interesting. I'd like to use this, but I guess we'll deal some damage and accept my fate to deal damage there. I don't want to give that because the anti-magic could really hurt. Them gaining barrier and stuff is fine in the block on defense cast. Like, I'm not worried about that at all. I can work my array around it, you know. I love how I keep all these die and he's just going to keep lowering the countdown on these. That's going to be huge later. No, not this one. Use the 4. And I guess we just take care of like the small stuff and get rid of those. Because they're kind of very frustrating to kind of like keep around. Yeah. So we can use this to get rid of it. I guess we give them the anti-magic, it's fine. And then 1-4 goes... no. Three times. So put that in there. Gain that there to spend it. Do the damage with the even. Defend up. I think the main thing is get this glint glaive as high as possible first. I think that's the issue I'm having. Like, okay, we've got to avoid attacks if we can. And just keep, like, getting as much blessing as I possibly can do, because that's what the issue I'm having is, like, not getting enough blessing. Don't need to attack. Just hold that back, keep those there. The glyph. That damage, that goes there, that goes there, and then we'll just keep this as simple. Get the blessing, so we'd like it. We've got a bit of days on this, we'll have to worry about that later. I don't think we're in a danger zone. I think we're just like trying to really get through this first phase and scale up as efficiently as possible, right? I think that's like the particular issue I currently have, is just trying to scale up. Take damage. Yeah, we should deal with more damage there. Roll that over, we'll get more back. And turn, yeah, so this will also trigger as well, won't it? I forget about that. So this, and this is all what the countdown hits. Interesting. As long as I keep gaining blessing, I should be okay. I need to upgrade the amount of blessing I get off this then. That's what I'm not got the use out of. Right? I think that's my main problem at the moment, is the fact that I've not got enough blessing out of these guys. A 1 and a 1, just because they're low. We'll cast that to give us more defense. We're at 6 on that. And then I guess we'll do the 5 here. And deal that damage. Yeah, Yeah, if I got enough die, then I think we're all good. That's 87. We do kind of almost one-shot it. I want to make sure we have 100 for the next phase, so we're not, like, gonna have any issues there as well. So I know that's what happens. So let's work towards that. And before we do that, though, let's do this. No, didn't land the way I want it to. He's on attack only, right? Yeah. Now I put that in to gain the attack power. This gives me extra defense with the blessing. That will raise one of these up again. Then we can attack with this to deal a bit of damage. I think we're good. Have to wait for this to be disappeared, but we should be good anyway if we do. Oh, never mind. Guess the game didn't want that to happen. But we can't do anything else, so we can actually just scale a little bit more. That is actually pretty useful. A 2, and a 3. A 5. Put that and that there. We've got a sapling die for our trouble. Could attack if we want to. I think we just put a 4 in there. Just because it helped now do that. Have more blessing for next turn. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know where it was, but I do believe my recording crashed because I ran out of memory space on my hard drive. So I think we haven't moved anywhere else from where that kind of like happened. We are still with our glint glaive and doing lots of damage as usual. Nothing else has completely like changed from that point currently at the moment. Although we need to get as much defense as possible, but we'll work our way towards that. We'll work our way towards that. Give me all the blessings that I can. Set that up. That goes there, and then that can go on that, and that can go there. Get that back. Do we do a bit of chip damage? Because we don't really need to with that going off next turn anyway, do we? Are we defended? We are defended. Let's go. Gotta love it that you end up just running out of memory immediately, like at like good points or whatever you're trying to do. 5, that's fine. And that's a kill. Awkward fight on that. I can see they can really scale out of control, but I like it. It makes you really think about stuff. Deal 4 damage, gain damage equal to the unblocked damage dealt +1. Interesting. Start battle gain... Oh no, just natural hardness. 6, start battle gain immediate thing. Metamorphose. No, Morphosis. I don't mind this, right? The issue is like, I don't like Autumn Veil is the thing I'd end up using it on all the time to get that effect. But like all of this stuff, although it seemed really cool, I guess the natural hardiness is the only one I probably end up picking up, right? Just can cast it twice and then gaining that more scaling quicker. Doesn't mean I would lose the power scaling on this, I guess, right? But do I really care about that? And I think I don't. Like, I generally think that just not spending the blessing might be better, so we'll pick that up. We used this last time because it was a terrible thing, and I was like, actually, no, there's a reason for me to pick that up. But yeah, I guess we don't need to worry about that anymore. Odd turns gain a dice. Well, we already do a lot with odd turns anyway. We could lose a die, but that's a terrible thing. I'm going to gamble on this one and roll to see what we can get to get anything better. That's absolutely fine, technically speaking. Cast leftmost spell on even turns. Is there anything I would want to cast on even turns? Guaranteed. Technically, the Glint Glaive could be something I want to cast every single time I get the option to do it. Which would mean I don't need to worry about doing anything else with it. I think natural hardiness going in there and then basically having 2 instead of that is a lot better. So I'm going to disenchant the Solidify. Seems weird, this, as someone like myself doing this sort of route, but I think this will help me scale defense quicker and be more useful. And then Seismic can kind of go then, because we're not going to scale power unless we kind of change our build around, but then that means we're going different routes to do that if we are. Like what, like scaling power, like what's the way I end up going about it? Getting rid of the Consecrate a little bit instead? because that rolls and actually does stuff I don't want it to. I want to save the other things for other, like other options. Maybe that is an option. I'll think about it. It could be something really good. But yeah, I think we just give them power for that, to be honest. We should be able to... the hypercube could be interesting, just because it will guarantee this, but with the countdown we have and stuff to kind of force these things anyway. I think we should be all okay. Yeah. The extra die is more useful. I was thinking about it. Like, auto-casting the right spell could be good. -1 to each the biggest die. Seems fine. Apply broken to run and spell if any unspent die. Wording on that's a bit weird. Plus you run and spell if unable to lose 2 health. It's fine actually. Mana leakage is fine. We'll pick that. Like, increasing both these, like, these 3 countdowns has absolutely got no issue on my part. Especially with the fact we do kind of reduce the cost of them sometimes. We have 2 elite fights this way. We will take them just because that will give us an extra thing. And we have a shop on the way as well. Rewrite reality. That's kind of interesting. Does roll a manifold die, which could be useful. Upgrade a spell. If we're going to upgrade a spell, we're going to get rid of this, I guess. Yeah. Don't want it to land on either of those 2, so we'll just disenchant them immediately. And then we're going to pay to upgrade a spell. Consecrate gives me extra blessing. That seems delightful. At this point, I got way too much blessing. Like, I'm never going to be losing it with the 3 I get from this now as well, so... It's a bit too much. Right. I'm going to keep getting 6s, keep getting defense. Natural hardness can always keep anything triggered as well. We should do it again, just because that'd be the best. Could go this one, which actually is kind of better, but we'll put the 5 in there first, get the overflow triggering. Do it again. We got a 5 on that. So that, and that can go in there. And this gives you more blessing. If I have a way to kind of, like, benefit the, other stuff would be pretty cool, but like triggering this this consistently is more important, kind of thing, right? Oh, that cast this one, did it? Okay. Yeah, put that down there. Put you in there. Do it again. A 2. You roll. Another 2. Lots of the manifold die. Guess that goes in there first then. Get more. Do it again. That's even more. Guess you put a 4, a 3, and a 3. And then pass. Probably should have defended. Did not think I was going to have any issues there, but I kind of did. Probably should take care of this guy at the back. Or anything else if I get the option. Which we can do now, so... So, the issue is, like, I'm just not getting any defense from -3 sap, and I've got, like... Oh, I get 2 of those. Okay, I was thinking I should get more. Okay, that's why I got rid of... That's why the natural hardness was terrible. I was wondering why I wasn't scaling, and I completely misread that then. Completely misread that. Oh, well. It is what it is. My brain malfunctioned a little bit. Not the first time, will not be the last either. That's a 2 to go in there. That'll just deal the damage to that thing. Should take them all the stuff I need out. That and that. I can go in there. It's another sapling die. This gives defense. That's an even, which you can't deal damage to anyway, because apparently it got so much weak on me that it makes no difference to deal damage for that. Interesting. Yeah, I'll take 5. Okay, natural hardness is a terrible idea. I don't know why I picked it up. My brain had a massive malfunction. I thought it scaled and it doesn't start a battle. I hate the fact that I misread that. Sap trap every 3 roll. Okay. Well, I can pretty much like one-shot some of these guys at some point, so just get my defense set up. And then I guess we're just gonna get as much of these kind of flipped over as we can. And then pass like the stuff over to this guy, and then yeah. I'm gonna drink this potion. How do they do 20 damage? They're doing like 17 by themselves. That's ridiculous. Just kill that one off. I don't care about it. It's gonna be very frustrating to deal with otherwise. I mean, we still got a good build, right? Like, it's not a terrible thing, like the build that we currently have. I think we need to get rid of that then. That's the issue I currently have. I can't deal with the natural hardiness being there. It's not what we need and stuff. We need to go back and kind of rethink that. Ooh, Gaia's Wrath. Seeing Vex die. Impure Offering. Keep scaling stuff even more. No, I guess we reroll. We need something defensive. Ooh. Spell cast +2. This could be pretty good, actually. Okay, so natural hardness is terrible. We don't want it. Just because I'm a moron. Turn that to there, but 2 4s could be really easy to get. And, like, this could be really good defense if I get it set up. Plus, it also gives a blessing as well. So basically, I cast this at the end with 2 4s left over if we get them, right? So if I get a 4 available, the first thing I should always do with the 4 is put it in here to keep hold of that there. And then we just start kind of just like doing the thing we're meant to do with these as much as possible, right? Getting as much blessing stacking, continue on. Maybe we can get a 4 some other way if we're possible. We just didn't this time round. And luckily we don't need to defend anyway, so that's fine. That goes in there, we keep all of those, yeah. So then this kind of stops these things going into other die. That's a 4, which does give me good defense here, and so does that one, so we don't need to worry about those. Guess we'll start mucking around with the rest of the die in the meantime, while we set this up to be good defense. The other bonus is like, even if it does land on this, I've still got the other one. No, I don't, so I kind of have to get defense first if we want to continue using this. I guess we can still use it. Gives me good defense there. Keep that. It's a 3. That is all the armor I technically need. And then, yeah, start ramping up those die there. Glintblade you. Quite easy. So 1/4 can go in there. We've got another 4, so that's good. We're stable on that front. Use the other 5 then. Ouch. Can put that in there. We will get defense back. We can set that 6 in there. That 3 can go here, technically, if we want to. Guess, yeah, Autumn Veil is only really used for defense now. I don't need it for, like, the deplete effect, so this is the other weak link in my build, then. Maybe that's what I should have got rid of instead. Interesting thought. This aspect of Earth is so good. It's giving me so much defense and stuff that I need. And like all these ether dye with the bell are just working so well also. Because eventually just means this will always cast itself like every single turn, and I just need to get other things to be able to do. There's 4 in there. Use generate another 4 if you want to do that. Bill at that route, so I hate you, game. It just said like, nope, you don't get to choose and have fun here. We have a 5 right here. A 3. I do get a 4, nice, so we can at least defend here. I don't want to waste some of these die just to get the earthquake off. Not that one. Use a 2. Does it increase the attack on this thing, right? Yeah, just take that guy out. It's kind of funny, I will admit, that I keep getting like random die that kind of just triggered all this random stuff. I'm like, okay, how do I spend them? Okay, so this 5 goes there, that 6 can go there for now. This 5 goes in there. Maybe we can like generate a 4 from something. This 2 can disappear. That and that. Okay. Get A4, which go in there. That's not enough defense for what I want to do, but it might be good enough. And now it is. Sorry, I had a 4. So yeah, I guess we're not in that bad of a state anyway. You know, it could be a lot worse. That's a 4. That's also a 4, so that's full armor. And then I guess we could just chuck the 2 in here for now. Deal damage to everything, and then keep the rest. Actually, no, we need to ramp up these sort of things so I'm not wasting the 1. And then we should, you know, use the Glintblade here. Yeah, I think the free Glintblade that happens pretty much every turn to a certain point is like really useful. It's annoying like getting like weird stuff that's also happening as well. Pulverize is kind of interesting on deplete as well, but we'll reroll those. Ooh. First cast, gaining that. Sacred Shimmer on a 6, gaining extra. Interesting. We used that like before. That was always kind of interesting as well. Sanctified Shell could be pretty useful for a defensive tool. And it also gives the use to have more stuff. Do we gain at least a power early? We do not currently, so there's no point worrying about this. I think this is the best thing we got, right? Even without the upgrade, it's just more defense and stuff. I don't need to worry about anything else. Plus, like, eventually we'll just have, like, lots of other stuff, maybe waste and enchant things that we don't need. Earthquake hitting that could be pretty good. I think we need to scale this higher, though. Right? That makes sense. And then just disenchant that for now. Go to the shop. See what we get. 5 intervention. Never mind, I guess this is the one I go with instead. Because I can spend and gain power, so there's like a double reason for it. Yeah. Not the cleanest of ones, but I think it's better than anything else I can have. And yeah, don't need anything else from here. That's kind of cool, savagery again. But I guess we'll take the regen potion to make sure we're not going to kill ourselves accidentally. And if we do need extra dye, we'll throw that away and we'll get that potion there as well. We'll heal up here. Now, do I want another upgrade? What do we want it for if we do? That's already upgraded, that's already upgraded, that's already upgraded. This is the only one I would do, and it would just be changing this to -1 on the power gain, or give me more armor. Interesting. This would give +1. This is already upgraded. That's now already upgraded. I guess we don't really need the upgrade, except if we want to keep as much blessing as possible. Make that easier to cast, but I think we're fine. Let's face off the elite. We'll do it anyway, why not? Oh, it's this guy. This the guy, man. This the guy, man. Guy. Yeah. Okay. So, 5s go everywhere. That's a 2. Brilliant. We can start the train of gaining as much as possible. And the 5 can go somewhere else. That's a lovely 6 on there. Don't need to worry about defense, but we can get some power if we want to. Or we can just get more blessing. Begin the blessing here. And then look to gain a bit of power and a bit of defense. Love the +3 on that, that's actually pretty good. And then do that. Yeah, I think actually the +3 to a random die is going to really work out pretty well as well. Man, that's actually a really good pickup. My mistake has forced me to go this route, and it's actually working out really well. Okay, that's going to start off the defense train, that's fine. Let's put some 5s in places. That gives me a 2 to roll, so let's do that. Do the same here. We did not get anything else we wanted to. Guess so we're going to put a 6 in there. I guess we'll do it here as well, just so we can maybe kind of generate something. We did not. And just deal some damage to you. No. I need to use the generation potion just to make sure that we're not having an issue. I could do that and gain defense. +3 tool. Yeah, I will do actually here. Like, getting the Glint Glaive to be triggered every turn is way too important. There we go. One spell worth of defense. That's all we needed. And look, all these die. Yeah, the extra power gain on this is doubling the effectiveness of it. This is so good. I could take this. Don't really need anything else, to be honest. But do you have a shop coming up? No, we do not, so we might as well reroll. Bastion would be interesting as well, because it increases its own value, but I guess we don't really need to. Wild Strikes is interesting. I'll pick the Bastion up, though. Meteors is slightly better than this in some aspects, but not really. I probably think we just gain extra armor for this for the early setup, don't we? Right? But the power gain reduction is kind of cool, but I should get enough of that with what we've got currently anyway, right? Oh, not these guys. I hate this thing. The Frenzy cast. It's very annoying to deal with. Like the main issue I have with it is just the fact that they just gain so much off it. There's a full defense, so I take 1 damage if I do this now. Or we just go this and make sure I have enough blessing. Let's do that. Okay, yeah, we need to get rid of the 1s immediately, or like change them. That 4 can go in there. It's kind of good enough. Look at this, it's scaling so well already now. Like an instant cast on that is kind of ridiculous. 6 armor, I gain some power. Okay, we'll do damage to everything a little bit. Is it worth it? Not really. I don't have a 4. Oh. Yeah. That's a problem. I still don't have a 4. I don't need that 6, that's fine. Don't need that 2, technically. Kill that guy off. The only issue with Aspect of Earth is the fact that if I can't cast it, I'm just done for. That's funny. Okay, cool. We have some good setup for keeping 4s around, so that's all we wanted. And do that as well. Gain that. Gain that. Give it a chip to everyone. Do it again. Put that there. And we should be good. Our Earthquake's working out real well. And the extra bit of power gain I get from it as well is kind of nice. Like, it's not needed, but, you know, it's still pretty good. It's a weird blessing build, I will admit that. At no point do I think this was sort of the blessing build I was going for. Gleaming Force is actually pretty good. Like, it is actually pretty good. I'll reroll still, though. See what else we get. Ooh. We don't need to worry about potency. We've already got enough stuff anyway, but I'll pick it up. Some really good spells. Take the full heal, and let's go, dude. Let's go. This should be a nice win. This should be a nice win. So that goes in there. 5 into a 3. 2 goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Okay. What else can we do? Can't do any more even stuff unless you sacrifice the 6. You have to put that stuff in here to trigger this. I don't have a 4 unless I trigger this, so I guess we're triggering that one. I'm going to put the 3 in here to get the overflow on this. There we go. I just wanted to make sure I could get a chance to get the 4, otherwise I was going to have issues, I think. Like, that would be a very annoying thing to try and deal with if I couldn't get that to trigger in the way I wanted it to. Let's do that first. Gain this blessing. I can go there. This goes there. That gets the overflow. That's nice. Do that again. 2 can go there. That can go there. This 2 can go there as well. Trigger gain a blessing. This fight goes here to spend the blessing. No. I need to defend. Okay, cool. I'm getting very lucky. I'm getting very, very lucky. I mean, this is already at 57, so, you know. That's that going in there. We can chuck a 3 in there for no reason. Let's start using stuff. So, guess we'll just deal that damage because it's an even to go away. And there's the 2 to roll there. So that 5. Keep the 4. Chuck a 3 somewhere. Get a 2 to go there. I guess this 5 can go there. That 5 can go there. That's a 3 and a 5 in there. I was going to say that landed in the wrong place. I hope it's not. I have a 4 for this thing. And then, yeah, deal 8 damage. I can't use that. I didn't do anything else. Immediately just used that straight away. The only issue is, like, this requires an even die, and I'm not getting them because, like, everything else just seems to always get, like, in the wrong places. This is kind of funny. Right? I have enough defense, right? Yeah, so I don't need to worry about anything else. There we go. Voila. Hey, this is not bad. Descent 7. We're doing pretty good, I will admit that. I am enjoying the fact that I am not sort of like having any bad luck. It is just kind of nice to sit here and just kind of like relax and just have a bit of fun and like, oh, look at the cool stuff I can do. Right? There's a 4 finally. Can't generate 2s. We've got a 6, so that goes there then. Do that with that 6. That's a 5, and we'll do the 3 in there. We generate another 3. We can't do anything else with that. That 5 goes there then. Do that with that one. Hey, it's pretty good defense for not having this triggered, to be honest, right? I love just how, like, instantly I trigger that and it's like, okay, there's next phase, done. Come on, give me a 4. That's all I need, is just a 4. Someone let me know, like, what are the odds of me, like, not getting even die on this and not getting 4s and stuff? Like, I really want to know. It seems to be quite high. I'm always having, like, 3s and stuff and things like that as well, and I'm like, is it just me, or is, like, the game just purposely not giving me them? You know? Okay, got one hit. There's another one, so that saves me from that issue. So we can start wasting 5s and stuff then. That 5 can go in there then, that can go in there. That's in the evens go in there, that can be re-rolled. That's another 4. This gives me full amount of armor that I need. Yeah, that goes there. That, and I guess that doesn't go anywhere. Well, I mean, they're dead next turn, so... There we go. Hey, that wasn't a bad fight. Almost ruined it for myself by not reading what it is. Can't touch me. Will approve. Beat a boss without taking any damage. Nice. Not bad at all. That's a pretty good run, I will admit that. The intervention was nice at the end there. I made a mistake when we kind of got rid of that my fortitude scaling for solitude, which was a bit disappointing that I shouldn't really got rid of that. But yeah, no, that's pretty good. Got a good amount of shards as well. I will admit we were kind of lucky on that. Quite a lot of health lost, to be honest, which was not great. But yeah, a win is a win. I will take that. That is now up to 7. So now we got Descent Stage 8 to do, which I guess we'll be doing it in the next one. So again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.